This is Module 2, Lesson 4 on your own. Make sure you do have a piece of work paper by you because you're going to need to be working some stuff out with this one. So let's take a look at problem number 1. A musician uses water glasses to play music. And they show you that here in the picture. The glasses contain 0.5 cups, 4/6 cups, 1/3 cup, and 4/5 cup of water. To play the glasses, the musician lines them up from least amount of water to the greatest amount of water. And it says drag the amount of water into the correct order from least to greatest. Let's check the hints out before we start. Convert all amounts to the same form, decimal or fraction. Our other hint, convert the decimal to a fraction by reading it and writing the corresponding fraction. So I'm going to choose to do all fractions, not decimals, because all of them are fractions but one. So that should help me out a little bit. So let me get my piece of work paper up. Okay, my first one is 0.5. Oops. The 5 right here is in the tenths, so 5/10 would be 5 over 10. I'm going to go ahead and simplify that to 1/2. I then have 4/6, 1/3, and 4/5. Okay, so before I get a common denominator, I want to see my number sense here. I know that if I look at 1/3, that is less than 1/2. And I know that 4/5 and 4/6 are greater than 1/2. So I know we're going to go 1/3 and then 1/2. So my 1/3 is already there. We're going to move that up. Now we only have 2 that we have to worry about. So I have already done 1/3 and 1/2. Let's look at 4/6 and 4/5. We need to find a number that both 5 and 6 can go into. So I'm going to write some out. We have 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. I know 30 can go into 5, so 30 is our number. To get 6 to be 30, I'm going to multiply by 5. So I get 20 over 30. To get 4/5, and that 5 down here on the denominator to be 30, I'm going to multiply by 6. So I have 24 over 30 because 4 times 6 is 30. So now my denominators are the same, so I don't need to look at those. I need to look at these numbers on top. So I know that 20 comes before 24. So we are going to have 4/6 and then 4/5. Let's check and see if we're right. Yay, we're right. Let's move to number 2. We're going to use this information to answer both part A and B. Remember, it's important to read all the information so we have it all so we can answer our questions. Okay, Sakura is making a mobile. She has a spool of twine that she cuts into lengths of 5/6 foot, 0.75 foot, and 4/5 of a foot. The mobile will have pieces of twine in lengths in order from shortest to longest. So what do you need to do before you can compare the lengths? So let's take a look at our hint. In the given list, one of the numbers is a decimal. So 0.75 foot is the decimal, and the others are fractions. To convert the decimal to a fraction, place the decimal number over its place value. So we're going to rewrite the decimal as a fraction, and then rewrite all of the fractions with a common denominator. Let's look at part B. We're going to do shortest to longest. So there's only 3 of them here, so it's not going to be too difficult for us. So our hints, convert all the numbers to fractions, then compare. To compare fractions, write them with a common denominator. So let's get our work page. So I had 5/6. I'm going to leave that for right now. 0.75. I'm going to write that as a fraction. The last number, which is the 5, is in the hundredths place. So I have 75 over 100. And I'm going to go ahead and simplify that because I know quarters really well. I know I can simplify by 25. 75 divided by 25 is 3. 100 divided by 25 is 4. Then my last fraction is 4/5. So I need to find a number that 6, 5, and 4 can go into. I'm going to go ahead and write some numbers out. I have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. I'm going to stop there. Let's see our next one. We have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56, and 60. And I know that we have a 60 here and a 60 here. I know 5 can go into 60, so my denominator is going to be 60. So to get 6 to be 60, I'm going to multiply by 10, and that changes into 50 over 60. To make 4 be into 60, we're going to multiply by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 3 times 15 is 45. And 4 times 15 is 60. And our last one, to make 5 into 60, we're going to multiply that by 12. So we get 48 over 60. Since our denominators are the same, all we have to do is look at the top numbers. So we're doing shortest. We have 45, 48, and 50. So the one that is 45 is going to come first, which is actually 0.75. The one next is 48, which is 4/5. And we're going to round it up with 5/6. Okay, let's look at number 3. The average human walking speed is 3.1 miles per hour. Shoe company employees measure people's walking speeds and record the difference from the average walking speed for each person. The results are shown. So walker A is negative 0.5. Walker B is 3/10. Walker C is 0.7. And walker D is negative 4/5. We're going to drag them in order from least to greatest. So I know right away that my negative numbers are going to be the least, and my positive numbers will be the greatest. We just have to figure out which way they go here. So let's look at our hints. Convert the numbers to the same form to compare them. That means, are we going to do all decimals or all fractions? And then our other one, convert. Oh, we just have one hint right now. Okay, so let's get out our work paper. I am just going to look at the negative numbers right now. And I'm going to change this decimal right here into a fraction. The 5 is in the tenths place, so negative 5/10. I can make this 5 right here into a 10 by multiplying by 2. So I can get a common denominator. So negative 8/10. The negative 8/10 is farther away from 0, so we're going to have negative 4/5 first. Now let's look at our fraction, our positive number. So I have 3/10 and 0.7. Some of you can already see which way they go because 3 is less than half a 10 and 0.7 is greater than half. So they would go 3/10 than 0.7, but I'm going to show you how to work it out if you can't see that. This 7 is in the tenth spot, so 7 tenths. The denominators are the same, so all you need to do is look at the numerators. 3 is smaller than 7, that's why it comes before it. Okay, let's look at problem number 4. We're going to drag the numbers in the correct order from least to greatest. So we're going to let's put our negative numbers together first, and then we'll have our positives. Our hint is convert decimals to fraction and write all the fractions with a common denominator. So let's work this out. There. I'm going to do my negatives first. So negative 0.25 to write this as a decimal or to a fraction. That 5 is in the hundredths, so we get negative 25 over 100. And again, I'm going to think quarters, and I'm going to simplify this right off the bat. 25 divided by 25 is 1, and 100 divided by 25 is 4. My other negative number is negative 1/16. And if I look here at the denominators, I can make my 4 into a 16 by multiplying by 4. So 1 times 4 is 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. Because our denominators are the same, we just have to look at our numerators. I have negative 1 and negative 4. So our negative 4 is farther away. So they're in the right order right now. And let us look at our positive numbers. I have 0.75. That 5 is in the hundredth spot, so 75 over 100. I'm going to go ahead and simplify those down because quarters. 75 divided by 25 is 3. 100 divided by 25 is 4. Then we have 7/8. This 4 right here, I can change that into an 8 by multiplying by 2. So we get 6/8. So our denominators are the same. So now let's just look at our numerators. 6 comes before 7, so I think this is in order. Look at that. And number 5. We're going to order the rational numbers from least to greatest. Instead of dragging them, this time they're going to make us type them out. So hint. First, convert decimals to fraction. Second hint, rewrite the fractions using a common denominator. So let's get our work out. We have a lot to do on this one. I'm going to look at our negative numbers first. So I have negative 2.1 and negative 9/10. Before we work it out, I can see this one has a whole number. This one right here, 9/10, does not. So this whole number right here, that means it's farther away from 0. So we're going to start this one by writing negative, not that, negative 2.1. And our next negative is negative, put the little fraction guy in there, 9 over 10. Let's take a look. Oops, did not mean for the ruler. Let's take a look at our not whole numbers, our positive numbers. I have 1 2/5 and 0.7. Even though they're in different forms right now, meaning this one right here is a fraction and this one is a decimal, I know that this one right here is going to be larger because it has a whole number. This one, no whole number. So it is small. This one is smaller. So our next one is 0.7. And we're going to wrap it up with our mixed number, which is 1 and 2 over 5. Let's check it out. There we go. And we are done with check it with on your own.